Hello and welcome back to HEMA Fight Breakdowns. Today we're going to be talking about the Zorn, specifically the Zorn, how you can change up the point of contact on the bind in order to get a superior bind and a superior point of leverage so that it can be better pushed forward into a grapple or into a thrust. So if we go back and we watch this first exchange, you'll see that the fencer here has their right foot forward, and the second they throw their Zorn, you see exactly where this point of bind is. You see that the opponent has their blade pulled back into a little bit of a plow, and their weak of their blade, aka the tip of their sword, is right in the crossguard of the opponent. But this happens specifically because of the way that the person on the left here throws their Zorn. They throw it high and with their hands forward. And what that allows them to do is it allows them to dictate where that bind ends up, because it's still being thrown as a strike at a target, aka the top of the shoulder, like an Oberhau would, but it comes in at a steeper, more horizontal angle, and it's specifically looking for the bind that results of it when it parries. It can still be threatening, so you still have to parry it, but the idea is that when it is parried, if it's not carefully parried with the strong of the blade in turn, you're going to end up in a very, very weak position. And what happens here is as the thrust is driven forward, this person just sort of slips and falls down. But you could see how that could easily turn into a thrust as a follow-up. What happens after this is the exact same setup. This person throws that high Zorn, they get that bind they're looking for, and as they drive forward, you see an adaptation from the person on the right here in which they drive their hands up and their crossguard up as an attempt to properly parry the thrust that comes as a follow-up. But as you can see is that whenever you miss a thrust, you can grapple, and specifically whenever a Zorn is parried in this particular way and in this particular place, you have very, very good access to the sides of the opponent, because they have to, in a sense, hanging their blade to push you off to one side. What you can do is commit forward, crash into them, and then just wait until they commit all of their momentum to one side and then circle around the back. So if we watch that again, you see the first Zorn, the follow-up that didn't quite happen, and then the second Zorn, you see this grapple and the movement to the back. And that happens, again, not just because of the superior forward momentum and the position that the Zorn put this person in, but also because the defender here committed both arms to trying to trap the sword arm of their opponent. And in so doing, they gave up their back. So something that you can do in your own practice is throw cuts from the opening of a fight without the intent of really hitting somebody, but with the intent of presenting just enough threat that it has to be parried, and in a position where you're going to be in a superior bind right from when the blades first meet. And from this, you're going to get a lot better results out of your thrust follow-ups and out of your grapple follow-ups, because you're going to know right off the bat that you can drive forward safely and without any fear of getting hit in an afterblow, because you're either going to land that thrust, or if your thrust is parried, you're going to grapple. And both of those things are going to keep you very, very safe from afterblows. All right, that's going to be it for today. If you'd like to see your own footage featured on the channel, feel free to send an email over at HEMAFightBreakdowns@gmail.com, and I hope to see you next time.